Nel preciso istante in cui l'India ha ottenuto l'indipendenza, allo scoccare della mezzanotte, io sono venuto al mondo.
Ho grandi cose in serbo per te, figlio mio.
Possiamo mostrare alla gente un diverso modo di vivere.
Un bambino e un paese nati a mezzanotte tanto tempo fa. Le nostre vite sono state, nonostante tutto, atti d'amore.
Al lancio del film di Deepa Mehta, I Figli della Mezzanotte, abbiamo chiesto alla regista Deepa Mehta e al marito, produttore David Hamilton, come hanno affrontato questa sfida e l'intesa con Salaman Rashdie.
7 or 8 years now. He's been a friend. And we've been talking for a long time about let's work together and a certain film. And I think it was Shalimar the Clown, which was a book that we really wanted to do. And then he was over at our house for dinner, and we started talking about let's work together. And he said, which book do you really want to do? And it was a completely instinctive reaction. And I said, who has the rights to Midnight's Children? And he said, I do. And I said, how do you feel about me doing it? And he said, go ahead. And that's how it started. It was as simple as that.
Io a cena non c'ero quella sera.
I was out of town at the time, so when I came back, Deepa told me, we're doing Midnight's Children. And I hadn't read the book for a number of years, so I reread the book. And as we all know, it's a very complex, multi-layered story. We had done an adaptation before when we did the film Earth, but nothing of this complexity. And so I just happened to be reading an article on the first adaptation done for film, which was in the 20s. It was a book called Greed, and the film turned out to be 10 hours long.
Deepa, come nasce questa magia che lega i personaggi al film?
But it really is, and it's not as if they have magical powers. Salman Rushdie and myself spoke about it for a long time, and what we decided to do finally was that, and I had to question what was in his head when he was writing the book, and he felt very strongly while he was writing the book and in the book that the magical powers of the children are actually a metaphor. Something like Harry Potter or the X-Men, because they aren't like that. They are about hope and potential. And there's a wonderful film that I'm sure that you're familiar with, a Japanese film called Ugetsu by Mizoguchi, and where the magic is based in realism. So that is the whole exercise of doing the film, was how to make it more realistic than magical, because that's exactly what Salman had written and wanted in the book.
Come poter rappresentare la speranza e le potenzialità, perché il film non doveva e non volevo che fosse un film a Harry Potter o X-Men. Mi è venuto in mente un bellissimo film giapponese, Ugetsu, di Mizoguchi, che penso conosciate, che secondo me è esattamente quello che io volevo realizzare, una magia basata sul realismo, e era proprio questo che tentavo, quindi di rendere qualcosa di realistico che rappresentasse questa metafora.
Com'è stato il vostro rapporto con Rushdie durante la preparazione del film?
I think that much to our surprise, Salman and mine, and David's, I think, we still are very good friends. So that says something. We were, it isn't that we did not have disagreements, but it was, we actually managed to talk with each other without shouting and screaming. And I think that that's the big thing, that whenever I disagreed with him or he with me, we actually were quite honest about it and said it outright. And the relationship with him was, he really did not want to write the script at all. And he said that, okay, I've written the book and that's enough, and I'll see you at the first screening of the film. He did not want to have anything to do with it. But I spoke to David for a long time about it, and for me it was really important that he write the script. he wanted me to write it and I wanted him to write it. And the reason I wanted him to write it is that because I felt it's an iconic book. It's a very well-known book. And it is really important that the person who does the screenplay can be disrespectful to the book.